Non-conference ladies hoops action sees the Kenton Wildcats, fresh off a 2-0 weekend, take the trip down State Route 67 to clash with the 11-win Upper Sandusky Lady Rams, who look to extend their 4-game win streak here at home tonight. And guess what? You can catch all the action live and free exclusively right where you're at on the OH Report. So get your popcorn ready and get set, because we've got Upper and the Wildcats going toe-to-toe next.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Know as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in a room. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
I got 2 feet on the ground, head flying in the clouds. It's just the little things, all of the little things. Hands up in the sky, it's all gonna be alright.
Welcome back to Upper Sandusky, ladies and gentlemen, for a fun late-season non-league contest. Alongside Joshua Biggs, I'm Brian Skronsky, and we've got a couple of red-hot teams looking to build some resumes as we get a little bit closer to the tournament draw here, Josh. Wildcats after a 2-0 weekend, and then Upper Sandusky riding a 4-game streak.
Yeah, absolutely. Upper Sandusky trying to keep pace with Buckeye Central in the N10, and Kenton playing really well in the Western Buckeye, just trying to keep pace, keep their record moving, and just continue to improve on the season that they started to have here recently.
So the Lady Wildcats, they do compete in that tough Western Buckeye League, as Josh mentioned, so they see quality competition pretty regularly, and they've got an interesting mix this season of seniors along with some sophomores, and really nothing in between.
Yeah, 3 seniors on their roster. The other 7 or 8 ladies are all sophomores. There's not a mix at all. It's senior laden and then youth.
And you see they've kind of split the record so far within that Western Buckeye League. And Tatum Miller, 21 points in the win over Arlington. And she's pretty much been their leading scorer every game so far this season.
She's 6'2". I've seen her work in the post already in pregame. She looks like a special post player, and she's going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight.
Let's dive a little bit deeper into Tatum's season as we Enter the player spotlight. Impressive size and strength. She's a multi-sport star and starting to have a breakout senior season. Her numbers way up this year, 34 points over the weekend, leading the Wildcats to 2-0.
State placer in the discus as well last year. So, I mean, like you said, multi-sport athlete. Size like you couldn't ask for on a basketball court. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch her play tonight.
So she is certainly going to be a handful for Upper Sandusky, who is the second highest scoring team in the Northern 10 Conference. 13 wins for them so far on the season. They force nearly 20 turnovers a game, too, to go along with that firepower, Josh, so they get it done at both ends.
Absolutely, and when Upper Sandusky's hitting the three ball, when Grace Walton, Addie Newman, and Leah Kinley are shooting the ball well, they might be one of the best teams in the N10.
Yeah, you talked about Leah Kinley. She is going to be our player spotlight tonight, and she's kind of like the checkout lady at the supermarket. She's fast, efficient. She bags up a whole bunch of goodies for you, so she's kind of a stat stuffer, man. She does a little bit of everything for this squad.
Yeah, and she shoots 39% from three. I mean, what more could you ask for in that situation? She shoots the ball effectively. She plays great defense. Stat sheet stuffer, as you said. It's a lot of fun to watch her play every time we're here in Upper Sandusky.
And then the starting lineups for the Rams, I mean, they've got a lot of girls that you could really say are the focus of this team. She's just one of them. This is about as diverse and solid of a starting five as I think that we have within North Central Ohio, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at most of the other teams in the area, they've got that one player that's just the star. This Upper Sandusky Lady Rams, every player on any given night could step up and be that star. The last couple times we've been up here, it's been Valoria Stowers. We've seen Cadence Iles do it. We've seen the Addie Newman, Grace Walton. We've seen them all do it. It's a lot of fun to watch the balance that they have.
Yeah, no question. All five of the starters averaging 6.5 points per game or more. So they can fill it up offensively. And then we talked about defensively, holding their opponents in check as well. So it's truly a squad that gets it done at both ends. That's why they've got 13 wins and still a few more weeks to go here in the regular season.
Getting into the heart of their N10 schedule.
And speaking of the heart, let's put our hand over ours and honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Shout out to the Upper Sandusky Pep Band for playing the national anthem for us here tonight. Monday night Lady Hoops action about to go down here inside of the home of the Rams. Going to be a fun matchup here tonight against the Kenton Lady Wildcats. And here are the starting lineups for the Cats here tonight. You got Heckathorn, Harpole, and Wetherill on the outside. And in the middle, Miller, of course, she's going to be the main focus, and then Nolting next to her. So this is a team that, as you talked about with some of the others around the area, they've got one big gun definitely that you know that they can rely on. Are they able to get enough from some of the other corresponding pieces?
Well, for most of the things that I looked at, it seems like they've got 3 or 4, that consistently kind of score 10 plus. What's going to be interesting to see tonight is you don't normally see in high school ladies hoops a 6-foot guard. They've got a 6-foot guard that starts for them to go with the 6'2" Tatum Miller. So it'll be really interesting to see how the Lady Wildcats use their size.
And that 6-foot guard is Macy Heckathorn, just being introduced tonight. As the Wildcats starting lineup is out on the floor. We already showed you who's going to be out on the playing surface for Upper Sandusky to tip off tonight's game. So what are the keys to the action? We'll begin with the Lady Rams of Upper, and I'm going to go with Make Miller Light. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Pilsner here. You just got to limit Tatum's touches when she gets inside. She can definitely abuse you with the size and strength that she possesses, so make sure that she doesn't go too crazy, Josh. And for you, you just got to keep playing like you've been playing. Stay hot.
Yeah, stay hot. We was in here last week to watch the Lady Rams play the Lady Warriors, and we've seen Valoria Stowers absolutely shut down the best big in the N10 and Emily Klopp. So can she do it tonight against a much larger Tatum Miller?
And for the Wildcats, cash in the easy checks, which means convert your fast break points and your shots in the paint. If you can do that, should be a successful evening for them.
Yeah, and for me, it's Miller time. Feed your big down low, let her go to work inside out, and let her do what she knows how to do best.
So that'll wrap up our OH report pregame, as the opening tip is won here by the Lady Wildcats, and they will have the basketball first, looking to go to work. As Upper Sandusky comes out in a half-court man-to-man, and we're going to get our first turnover of the night, just sliding right through the hands there of Harple.
Trying to get the ball to the wing to Harple, unable to. Not a good way to start the game if you're Lady Wildcats.
Coming out with a 1-2-2 trapping zone look when the ball comes to the wing. Going to try to get it out of the hands of the Upper Sandusky players or get a tip into the passing lane. So see if the Lady Rams are able to dissect this. So far, so good for them as they go to Stowers. Give and go. Kick out, and the three ball is up. It is pure nothing but net from our player spotlight, Leah Kinley.
Leah Kinley caught that ball ready to shoot. She got that shot up, and it was beautiful.
So it's 3-zip in favor of the Lady Rams. Can they match it at the other end? That one well short for Heckathorn. Chase down an offensive rebound, second chance opportunity will lead to turnover number 2 here for the Wildcats. So struggling a little bit here in the early going, as just can't even really get into a flow of the offense yet.
Yeah, they're kind of rushing things. That time they were trying to feed down low to Miller, couldn't get the ball to her. Be interesting to see how much they try to force the ball to her tonight.
We've got a cool camera set up tonight behind the basket here for where the Lady Rams are on offense in this first quarter. So we'll definitely check in on this from time to time, give you a different perspective. See the entire floor here with the wide angle. This gives you an idea from a defender's perspective as well, what it looks like as shooting the gap here and going end to end is Heckathorn, who cashes it in for the first 2 of the night for Kenton.
Macy does a great job stepping in front of the pass and taking it coast to coast for the easy layup.
Rams break the pressure. Now they'll get it to Stowers here in the short corner. She dribbles out of there. Poked out of her hands, and it'll be an upper throw-in from the near side. Lady Rams with a 3-2 advantage on our Wilson Tire Company scoreboard, along with Chris Daris, the great agent here in town here. Rams look like they would like to throw it down inside, just haven't been able to find a good angle as of yet. As Stowers goes give and go, Cadence Isles up and under, and she stepped out of bounds, so it's going to be the first giveaway here for the Lady Rams.
Right foot just caught the edge of the out-of-bounds line.
Yeah, that was super close. That's one of those, if you go to the replay, maybe the hills even up. It's like those NFL games where they got the 37 cameras and you can just tell Cadence just barely out of bounds, it appeared, on that last one. As the pass too tall, trying to go inside to Miller, who has not been able to really establish herself down on the block. You got to give Valoria Stowers quite a bit of credit so far.
Stowers doing a great job. The exact same thing that we got to watch her do last week, she's continuing to do tonight.
Rams get it across the timeline. Here comes the double. And attacking the rim, left hand, too strong that time from Kinley. Chases down her own miss, though. So Upper resets. They'll switch it back to the right side with Walton. Swings it to Newman. Now Stowers on the block. She turns, comes baseline off the kick out. And it's another clean look. This time it's short from the right hand of Kinley and a big block shot. No chance there for Grace Walton coming into the land of the trees.
Grace Walton tried to get down low, and Tatum Miller said not today.
Though Stowers looked like she might have got a little piece of that one. Definitely redirecting the shot. Wide open from the corner. That one off target, but Cadis Isles misses that one as well. So 2 opportunities for the Lady Rams, and they come up empty-handed as they're still stuck on 3 points. 5 total as we're halfway through this opening quarter here at Upper Sandusky. So offense really coming at a premium in the early portion of this contest. And that's going to continue, though. Offensive rebounding, both of these teams pretty solid at this throughout the season. And our first free throws coming up, Macy Heckathorn. And there's that 6-foot body and the long limbs just getting inside, drawing the foul as the double team came.
Yeah, and Isles and Stowers did that really well last week. They wanted to be the ones to push the double. And they did it consistently without fouling. Tonight they start off doing it again, and Stowers draws her first foul. She's going to have to be careful because she's one of the only ones, I think, on this Lady Rams team that can defend Miller down low.
Miller actually checking out in favor of Larrabee getting her first action of the night. So Upper Sandusky with an opportunity here to try to attack offensively. But instead they'll give it away. Kinley stepping out of bounds here on the near side.
Great trapping defense. That's what we talked about. They want to trap as soon as you get to that wing, and they did it right there.
Nice spin move and right into Stowers, who never really moved there, so Nolting had to force up the shot. Redirected out of bounds, though, so Kenton's going to hang on to the basketball. And that runner is good off the square. 2 points from the left hand of Allie Harple. And the Lady Rams with yet another giveaway on the season. They're a shade below 17 turnovers per game, and right now already sitting on a 4-pack 5 minutes into the contest.
You got to do a much better job of breaking this pressure that the Lady Wildcats are putting on them.
So Kenton's going to start here with the weave. They'll hand it off. Dump it inside, and that one off the front iron. And last touched by Kenton. Looked like touched by Heckathorn there. Lady Rams have turned it over on each of their last 2 possessions. As Grace Walton backs it out, they'll look to reset.
Once they break that pressure, they do a really good job of getting into their offense.
Newman cuts through to the high post. They'll feed it to her with the bounce pass. Just not a lot of movement, though, outside of Addie Newman with this offense at this juncture. Long sustained possession here for the Lady Rams as we're approaching the 2-minute mark of quarter number 1 as that 3 goes up and it deflects off the back iron. Yet another offensive rebound here, though, for Upper Sandusky. But they won't turn it into anything with Kinley traveling before she had an opportunity to dribble. And the turnovers continue to pile up. 9 total, 5 belonging to the Lady Rams.
They did a really good job against Mohawk of, navigating the zone. And so far against this Lady Wildcats zone, which looks very similar to what Mohawk ran, they are struggling to do anything offensively.
Here's Nolting off the drive, puts it up, tipped around a couple of times, and now into the hands here of Kinley. Pushing it left side now. And so far for Upper Sandusky, they haven't had a guard that's really been able to break down the zone pressure and get into the lane. All the dribbling pretty much coming on the perimeter, but they do set up a nice three-balling. Cadence Isles drops one through.
Great shot by Cadence. Got the open three, didn't hesitate, and knocked it down.
So 6-5, Lady Rams take the lead. Is that the team that you guys would like to see win here tonight? Make sure you drop us a comment and let us know who you're cheering for in this non-league matchup. Always love hearing from you, the fans. We'll make you a part of the game in our fan zone. Tell us where you're watching from. And anytime something cool goes down, make sure you share some love with either of these two teams, and we will put your comment right here on the broadcast. So be part of the game. Quick couple of dribbles. Stowers does a nice job of coming over with the help side D. Now they toss it into Miller. She missed it. And now heading to the free throw line. Larrabee. No block out that time for Cadence Isles, and she's going to pick up the personal foul. Actually, it's going to go on Stowers, and that's going to be her second.
That's a very important second foul here in the first quarter.
Sadie Larrabee evens things up, hitting the first free throw. And she goes 2 for 2. Wildcats sticking with that same half-court trapping defense. It's done well for them. Keeping this high-powered upper O to just 6 points. They have nearly as many turnovers as they do points so far in the game. There's the skip pass. Now Isles looks to attack. Right back over here to Kinley. Kinley waits for Newman to get to the corner. She's going to jack up a three, and she rainbows it home. Big shot right there to close out quarter number one and give Upper Sandusky the lead as we are heading on to the second stanza.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
A three-pack of trifectas in that first quarter. All the offense for Upper Sandusky, but that's all they needed to take a 9-7 advantage here into quarter number two as we welcome you back into Upper Sandusky High School. I'm Brian Skronsky. Joshua Banks is joining me tonight, and kind of an unusual first quarter, I think, to say the least, Josh, but specifically for Upper Sandusky, who, again, made their living from downtown, a team that you just saw not that long ago, and they didn't even shoot that many threes.
Yeah, absolutely. You've seen Upper Sandusky play Mohawk last week. They made 2 or 3 of them, but against the same zone, they attacked the paint, they got to the free throw line, and that's how they won the game. Completely different offensive game plan tonight, I guess, from Coach Vint and the ladies.
They'll go inside for Miller. She's got her first points here of the evening. And that's just bully ball right there. I mean, so much size and girth, and talked about how she's a great discus thrower, a shot putter as well. In line to be one of the state favorites again this season in track and field, but right now showcasing their strength on the basketball floor. And she's got them back to squared away. As all 3 field goals so far for Kenton coming pretty much in the paint. Upper Sandusky likes that downtown view. As there's a foul on the floor here, Grace Walton trying to split the double team. And I like this. I appreciate this. We were talking during that first quarter break, and it felt like a lot of the penetration for Upper Sandusky was half-hearted. They were just doing it just enough just to dip their toe in the water. If you're going to try to drive here and get a kick out to the corner or even take it all the way to the rack, Josh, you got to try to make plays like we just saw there from Grace.
Well, a lot of times you're going to see Upper Sandusky, they're going to attack the corner, and then they're going to try to attack the short corner. That's going to be how they get their entry feeds. And they really weren't even trying to attack the post in that first quarter as Cadence Isles drains another 3, her second of the evening.
Yeah, big time shot there for the senior. All 6 of her points coming from the land of 3. As Upper Sandusky turning on the defensive pressure, but it doesn't matter. Coast to coast, Weatherill Gabby, the senior, putting it home. Track meet going on now offensively after a little bit of a quiet first quarter. Rims out for Kinley, and it's a one and done for the Lady Rams, and Kenton starting to slow things down just a bit here.
I thought Newman had a really good look in the paint there. I'm surprised she passed that out to go get a 3-ball opportunity.
And then at the other end, Weatherill just lost her footing. Not enough contact there for the referee to blow his whistle. It's Newman on the defensive play, and it'll go down as a turnover. So 5 giveaways so far for the Wildcats. 6 up to this point for the Lady Rams. But you can definitely tell the pace starting to pick up a little bit here, Josh.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams are trying to run now. They're both going to their strengths. It's going to make it a lot more fun and fast-paced second quarter.
And it looks like obviously Coach Event identified pretty much what we did at the end of the first quarter. They got to get a little bit more aggressive with their dribble drive into the lane. We've seen 2 personal fouls now picked up by the Lady Wildcats here in this second quarter. The only 2 fouls that they've had so far in the game because Upper starting to get a bit more aggressive here on the attack.
Attack with the dribble. It's going to force that middle zone defender to step up, and it's going to leave a backdoor layup 90% of the time.
Here's 2 defenders now on Kinley. She's got to give it up. Near side for Grace Walton. Skip pass down to the corner for Newman. And that's, by my count, 4 times Upper Sandusky's just had a foot out of bounds.
They're doing a great job of moving the ball the way they want to move the ball. Just got to pay attention to where they're putting the feet a little bit more.
Foul on the reach in here is going to go against Grace Walton. Reaching in on Olivia Knowlting.
A little bit too aggressive there by Grace.
So Weatherill with the inbound. Got Heckathorn now. And Miller backs her way into the paint. 3-ball is up, and that's the first one to fall so far for Kenton. Harple sends it through.
Harple knocks that down. I thought for sure they were going to try to feed it down low to Tatum Miller, but she hoisted it and she drained it.
Rams with a nice ball movement. Reach-in foul coming here against Gabby. She thought she had a tie-up. But definitely reaching around Addie Newman that time.
She had a tie-up with the left. She reached around with the right, and that's what got the foul called.
Isles tried to stick it backdoor with the pass, but it leads to this. 3 points, Leah Kinley drills it like an oil rig.
They're shooting it well from 3 tonight.
5 threes for Upper Sandusky. Yep, that's right, folks. All the offense coming from downtown, but hey, what's more than 3 in basketball? Only 1 play, the 4-point play. That's what Harple's trying to execute right here. So a huge shot there for Harple.
Looks like they called a foul on Tatum Miller.
Interesting.
Maybe on a box-out attempt, thinking the shot was going to be missed.
So, excuse me, no 4-point play opportunity on the way 3 points, though, still on the scoreboard. Kenton out in front. Lady Rams wasting no time in trying to tie it up, and they will with Isles underneath. Extra pass there from Kinley.
Great job by Kinley to get in the middle of the zone, get the offensive rebound, and find Cadence Isles for a wide-open layup.
Wetherell sneaks it in here to Tatum, working hard on the block. And it's going to be the first foul against Ellie Ham. Team foul number 5. As that one sneaks through for Tatum. Her second bucket so far. And a foul on the floor here, another reach in. This one's going to go against Olivia Knowlting. And we're at 5 personals apiece here in quarter number 2.
Looks like we're going to have some free throws in the first half. They keep playing aggressive defense like this.
Just past the midway point of this second stanza. It's been great back and forth action throughout the entire contest. Nobody's led by more than 3. And with that foul going against the Kenton Wildcats, they are out of fouls to give. The next one will put Upper in the bonus. Isles skip pass. Does just get through to Walton. Much better movement for Upper Sandusky now off the ball as they get a 3 from the corner. Newman misfires on that one. Now she lays it off, down on the block. Nice find with Elise Schwartz.
Kinley there again with another offensive rebound, gets it to Walton, and Walton with the great find to Schwartz.
And that's going to be the last foul to give as well for Upper Sandusky. Assessed to Newman. So shooting fouls on the way for both units the rest of this second quarter.
In a tight-knit ball game like this, free throws could be the make or break factor.
Miller's going to take another seat here with 2:48 to go. As the Wildcats got them spread out 5 wide here. Double team comes. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Kenton. Head coach Jay Bostelman got his team at 7-9 after a 2-0 weekend. A couple of nice victories for him over Arlington and Wapakoneta. So trying to compete within that tough Western Buckeye League. Tough matchup here for him on the road against a really talented and athletic Lady Rams basketball squad. And as we talked about a little bit in the pregame, you know, we're not that far away from the tournament draw for the ladies, so any resume builder that you can get is at a premium this time of year. Both of these teams definitely could benefit from a big victory.
I mean, the Kenton Lady Wildcats sitting at 7-9 on the season. A win over a 13-win team is going to build your resume regardless.
Pull up 3, well off target. The follow not available either. And now a loose ball foul goes against Larrabee. And so this is going to be a 1-and-1. I think they're going to say that she fouled Leah Kinley. So Leah's at the line. She averages 8 points per game. She's at 6 already.
Knock both these down to give her a season average in the first half.
Can't buy the second. Kenton, though, leaking out. Nice pass ahead for Larrabee. And she puts it through. So Kenton goes back on top by 2. And Upper gives it away. Grace Walton drew a crowd. And she dribbles it right off of her leg here.
Grace just trying to do too much there. She should have kicked it out a little bit quicker to Cadence, and that wouldn't have happened. But she's playing point guard. She wants to get the offense going.
Now here's Weatherall off the attack. Good looking find in traffic. Larrabee off target. And now Isles with the board, looking to initiate the offense. Lady Rams swing it. Now out of the corner comes Walton. Isles down the lane. Would have been a tough shot as she switched to the right hand on the left side. Scoop shot well short. And here comes the double team for Upper Sandusky, trying to trap down in that corner. Beautiful basketball. That's how you defeat the pressure. Heckathorn, the recipient that time.
A great save as the ball went out of bounds, and that leads to a wide open layup for the Lady Wildcats.
Largest lead of the night doesn't last for long as Isles calmly sifts her way through traffic. Now Weatherer down the lane, spun out, tipped around a couple times, and will stay down at that end. Another look at Cadence Isles. Just how smooth she is.
Something I'd like to see her do a little bit more. Attack the hoop and get little bunny shots. She loves to shoot the three ball.
Great offensive board work being produced by Kenton in this first half. It's Larrabee this time. And Elise Swartz picking up the foul. Swirls in the first free throw attempt. And 2 for 2. Lady Cats 5 of 6 from the free throw line in this opening half. They've definitely made the most of their opportunities. Upper Sandusky's only shot 1 so far. Basically been all 3-pointers as Isles with the great hesitation, and she gets to the rack.
And I feel like that's something that Cadence could do at will if she actually wanted to. We're going to have a double dribble on the Lady Wildcats.
Yeah, so smooth, just glides through the lane. Got those long legs, dozen points for her now. Tops in the ball game for either side. And Upper Sandusky a chance if they so choose to hold for the final shot here before the half. From the block, Stowers turns over the left shoulder off the back iron. And it sneaks out here to Sprang. Here's Sprang, lobs it, and no shot's going to go up before the horn, so that will take us to the end of 2 exciting games so far, folks. Back and forth action. Nobody's led by more than 4, and right now it's Kenton heading into the locker rooms with a 25-23 advantage. Stay with us, though. We'll be right back with some halftime stats, analysis, and, of course, your second half action here from Upper Sandusky.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in a room. I've been so real, I'm down to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. And don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hear my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Playoff time, baby. Games, snacks, drinks. I mean, what else can you ask for, bro? Really?
Hey, pass me a Pepsi.
I mean, can you drink any louder?
That's how I drink.
Loud like
I
that?
drink loud. I like to enjoy it.
Toss me some ways.
Did you eat any louder?
It's normal to eat loud. Drinking loud makes no sense. Hayden, Eli, road trip to the Super Bowl. Hard pass. Playoffs are on. You're paying for that door, by the way. I got a bus. The bus has got a bus. Let's go.
Can we go see the bus?
What up, Eli?
Mr. Cruz, I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, man. Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
We're not going. I'm going to get more chips and drinks. Do not leave this room.
I got you. I got you.
Whoa.
Super Bowl, here we go.
Are you kidding me?
Technically, I didn't leave the room.
I'm calling Mom after I finish these chips.
How much longer? You drive weird.
Bus, are we there yet?
No.
Hey, Bus, we gotta pull over for some more chips and drinks.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, guys, look what I found.
Bradshaw?
Hey guys, got room for one more? Got Doritos, got Mountain Dew.
Well, do we really want to bring him? It might start to feel crowded. I mean, maybe if he had a little,
Oh, please don't.
you know,
Don't say it.
salsa.
I love me some salsa.
All right, I got an idea. We got one seat left, and it's special just for you.
Let's do it. This is like a convertible, except a whole lot better.
Good for you, you're happy and healthy, not me. If you ever cared to ask, good for you, you're doing better without me. Baby, gotta wish that I could do that.
I lost my mind like Santa Claus, crying on the floor.
It does kind of open things up a little bit.
It's halftime here at Upper Sandusky. Taking on Kenton tonight, and we have had back and forth, up and down, a teeter-totter affair. And up to this point, just a 2-point margin for the Lady Wildcats on the road, 25-23. I'm Brian Zagrowski from the mountaintop here at Upper alongside Joshua Banks, and definitely got to thank all of our generous sponsors who help make tonight's broadcast live and free for you guys at home so that you don't have to brave the weather and the crazy roads and all that jazz, high gas prices, and it's all thanks to companies like Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let us build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so that we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Frito Lay, we are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Chris Daris of Edward Jones Financial. Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones that you care about, pretty much Chris can develop specific strategies to help you achieve your goals. Wilson Tire, At Wilson Tire Company, they sell new and used tires and provide tire services to customers in Upper Sandusky. No matter which location that you visit, they will provide the Wilson Tire Company best of the best value that you can get, and that's tire service and alignment. And Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. And last but not least, BS Media Productions. Pretty much that's me. I'm BS. So if you need an awesome video commercial made, I'm the guy that you talk to. Hit me up on Facebook at BS Media Productions. All right, we'll welcome in Joshua Banks now and break down this first half action for you as we'll take a look at the stats. And pretty even across the board. Upper Sandusky really hot from long range. However, within the painted area, Kenton with a nice sizable advantage.
Upper with a 3-basket lead in the 3-point category. Kenton with a 3-basket lead in the field goal category, the 2 points in the paint. The biggest difference so far in this game is Kenton's 5 of 6 from the line, Upper's 0 for 1. So, I mean, that's going to be the second half that we're going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, the fouls very similar, as are the turnovers so far in the game. So it's just going to come down to shot making. Ultimately, I think by the end of this thing, and there wasn't a lot of it going on in the first quarter, each unit started to heat up a little bit, eased into the contest in the second. And I think sometimes you're going to get that on a Monday. You know, sometimes you just have a case of the Mondays, Josh, for a basketball game. And both of these teams were able to play themselves out of it. Even the mascot, I think, had a little bit low energy to start things. But with the second quarter about to cook, I think we're going to get a lot quicker, faster pace and expect more scoring than the 48 combined points that we saw here in the first half.
Hopefully more controlled, fast pace. Both teams wanted to run in the first quarter, and it executed into a lot of turnovers. The trap defense that Kenton runs is just absolutely outstanding. As soon as Upper crosses half court, they trap on either wing, and it's forced. I'd say 5 of the 7 Upper turnovers are from that trap defense.
Tatum Miller, though, has not killed Upper Sandusky. She's been held to 4 points so far. The big point scorer for Kenton so far has been Harple. 8 of the points belong to her. 5 have been scored up to this point by Heckathorn. So following our keys to the game so far, they've definitely made Miller light down in the lane. Upper Sandusky's done a good job of limiting her touches, and you got to respect that a girl that came in off of a big 23-point performance and has scored almost 40 in the last 2 games. We'll see if they can continue to keep up that same passion and defensive effort in the second half, Josh.
Yeah, Coach Vent really does a great job of having his 2 big players trap double as soon as things happen down low. So something to see how they're going to continue to work that in the paint.
And I'm checking out our comments section, and folks, we're looking for more out of you. Okay, Jim Platt, thank you for chiming in, and he really appreciates being able to watch the game from home. Well, we appreciate you commenting, so please do, guys, if you're watching on the Facebook or the YouTube, just type in a little comment and let us know where you're watching from tonight, and you will be a part of the game on our fan zone. So here we go, second half action officially underway, and right away, trying to thread it inside, and they will, to Tatum Miller.
Feed it to the paint off the rip. Isles picks up her second of the evening. So her and Stowers both with 2 now.
You assume that had to have been a point of emphasis as they try to get into her twice. Little Mike and drill shot there from Heckathorn. And that one's off target. And last touched by Kenton, so it's going to be Upper Sandusky basketball. Lady Wildcats sticking with that same defense. 1-2-2. They're going to look to trap out wide on the wings. Rams do a nice job of execution this time. Maybe 1 too many passes with Addie Newman trying to sneak it through to Stowers. But it's kicked out of bounds, and here comes Walton for the inbound. Oh, what a find. Cadence Isles, how do you lose her? Nobody within 3 feet. And she adds to her game-high 14.
And that might be one of those things where they're worried about Upper Sandusky shooting the 3 ball. They were more concerned about the corner than they were the paint. And it led to a wide open layup for Isles.
There's Newman and Walton converging that time. And they're going to say that it's going to be Grace with her reach in. So team foul number 2 already on Upper, and that's the second as well against Walton.
It's the second time that Grace has done a really good job of stepping over to help, but just a little bit too handsy, couldn't quite get the jump ball.
Great lob over the top, and it finishes in the hands of Miller. Tatum with 6 now. Stowers with the up fake. She drives middle. And here's a 3 on the way. Kaboom from Kinley, her second.
And there's Upper, continuing to stay hot from 3. That's their 6th of the evening now.
So Upper continues to light it up from the land of 3. Kenton can't match it at the other end there with Harple. Now the Rams starting to run. Step back 3. Nothing but net from Walton. Back-to-back triples here for the Rams.
Like I talked about pregame, when Upper Sandusky's knocking down the 3 ball, they might be one of the best teams in the N10, and they're showing that tonight.
And we're going to show you a replay, a foot on the line. It actually went down as a deep 2. So the Upper lead just 3 points now. Matches their largest so far of the contest. But things just look a little bit smoother now that they've had an opportunity to see this defense for more than 2 quarters. Excellent ball movement, and they've been getting a couple of nice looks. Cadence Hiles, the long-range game continues here for the Rams.
8 triples on the evening.
Timeout taken by Kenton. They want a full timeout. Going to talk things over here as they see themselves in the largest deficit so far of the evening. And Upper Sandusky, bunch of 3 balls so far in the contest. That's really the difference in the game, and if that's what you're going to get, you know, this is a team that shoots 33% from downtown. They had 88 makes on the year coming into tonight, so make it 95 on the season with the 7 3-pointers that they've made so far. And hey, if you're going to stay hot from out there, why not?
You're going to stay hot from out there, and keep pace like we talked about beforehand. They started the first half hot. They didn't change anything about their offense. A few more dribbles, a few more passes to get those better shots. Other than that, it's the same thing they did in the first half. They've just knocked down a couple extra ones so far here.
Yeah, the aggressive nature of Upper Sandusky without the basketball so far, I think, has led to quite a few of their good looks and opportunities on the offensive end. So for Kenton, out of the timeout, see what they draw up here in the half-court set. These typically lead to some quality high-percentage shots for teams, getting something that you're comfortable with. And anytime you can get it to Tatum Miller, that's high percentage. And she puts it in right there.
It's the second time here in the half that they fed the ball to her, and she's converted both times. They're going to have to continue to do that this evening.
Isles inside to Stowers. Had it poked away. But you see the ball movement here for Upper Sandusky. Really crisp in the movement without the basketball. Isles straight to the rack again, just too much speed. Misfired though, the size of Tatum inside. Forced just a little bit of hesitation. None here as they get it to Miller, and she's too hard off the square. And that's going to give it away back to Upper Sandusky. Big break for them, and tough miss there for Tatum Miller. So the Lady Rams with a 4-point cushion. 3 minutes gone by here in the third. And they'll have an inbound in front of the Upper student section. All sitting tonight. I mean, it is a Monday. Long weekend. Had some big NFL action yesterday. Everyone probably just a little bit gassed. But not the three-point shooters for Upper. That one misfiring from Walton. And clearly the strategy is just to get it inside here to Miller. Though they send a 3-ball from Heckathorn here. And Nolte gets fouled on her way to the cup. A couple of free throw shots in her future. Did a nice job of utilizing both hands right there. Isles called for the reach-in. It's going to be the third on Cadence.
Very, very important third foul there. 4 minutes to go in the third. We still got 12 minutes of basketball left, and she's only got 2 fouls left.
Isles going to stay out on the floor, leading scorer for this Lady Rams unit. Over 11 per contest is her season average. Nice leave off for Stowers, who got bumped in the back. See just a good feed. Drawing a whole lot of attention there was Kinley off of the bounce.
And that's something that we seen him do last week against Mohawk. Attack the middle, force that defender to come up, and a bounce pass to the person sitting on the block, and it led to a layup or a foul just like it did right there.
So the senior Valoria Stowers, her first point of the night. She averages just a shade below 9 per contest, 5'11" forward. Second one lips out. And the pressure defensively being ratcheted up here by Upper, getting after him in the full court press. But Kenton's able to evade it right here. Crossover move, and it's picked off. Jumping in front of the pass there was Kinley. Excellent read, like she was a safety. And that bottoms up from the corner for Grace Walton.
Hey, if you're hot, you're hot. Keep shooting.
Walton's got 5 points now. And a turnover. Number 9 against the Wildcats. And Heckathorn going to check out as they get Harple back in. She's on the top here of this 2-3 zone. And making a difference, picking off that pass. Now Nolting from the left side wing, splits the gap, puts it up, and it was a hard shot. Stowers with the rebound.
Maybe an extra step there after she stepped through.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go down as a travel against Upper Sandusky. So both teams sitting at 9 giveaways. Now here's Miller. Just uses her nice wide body to shield off the defender, and nothing but wide open lane in front of her. Starting to have a big offensive scoring performance. 6 so far here in the first 5 minutes of the second half.
Feeding the paint, letting her go to work.
Stowers now from the short corner. Great feed. But it was a tough shot there for Newman, the scoop. So here come the Cats, trailing by 5. And after the giveaway, they're going to say Upper Sandusky was out of bounds. So take a second look on the BS Media replay. And so you have to have both feet firmly established in the field of play before you touch the basketball again. Referee right on top of it. His body's flying all over the floor. Kenton trying to call for a timeout. Instead it's a tie-up. And the possession arrow favoring the Lady Rams.
Gotta love the hustle by both ladies right there.
Kenzie Spring, 5'4" sophomore, getting into the mix here for the Wildcats. Upper working it from this near side, skip pass, deep 3 on the way. And it's another make for Grace Walton, her second in the frame.
That was about 4 or 5 feet behind the three-point line there.
So Walton pushes it up to 8 points for her as Stowers swats that one out. Now Upper looking to take command here at home. Big offensive possession, and here's Isles off the hesitation, back out to Stowers. Now Cadence all alone from the corner again. And she got bumped on her way down the baseline. So that'll be assessed to Nolting.
It's her third.
And team foul number 2 against the Kenton Lady Wildcats, as there's another 3. And tipped over into the hands of Sprang. So $1:20 to go here in this fast-moving third quarter. Lady Rams on a nice run right now. Kenton will get another crack at it here, trying to stop the bleeding, as they're facing their largest deficit so far of the evening. Not much of a break there for Gabby Wetherell, checked out for about 30 seconds. And they get the senior guard right back in. Here she is. Great pass inside, and Tatum puts it home.
She's got 8 in the quarter, 12 for the game now.
So Miller heating up here in the third. Upper Sandusky, though, on the strength of 9 made trifectas. Got a small cushion. Trying to add to it. Will it be number 10? Not this time, but Stowers, fighting for an extra possession, will earn it here for Upper. And it's the third 3-bomb of the stanza for the sophomore Walters. Big shot.
How about the effort by Stowers to keep that ball in play?
So the big effort by Stowers leads to a big 3, but cashed that one in for Bostotter at the other end. And back and forth we go. Just the third made triple, though, for Kenton. And so Miller's going to take a seat here for the last 3 seconds of the frame, as Walton finally misses one, and we are headed to money time. Upper Sandusky looking for win number 5 in a row, looking good for them right now, on top by 7.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
It is money time here on the OH Report, where heroes are made and sometimes dreams are crushed. That's right, it's the fourth quarter, and we're going to get a foul here on Upper Sandusky's Valoria Stowers to kick things off. Kenton desperately needing to get some points as they trail it by 7 here, and we had them as 37 points. Actually, that three-pointer that we thought was a 3 actually called a long 2. So it is 43-36. Score is going to stay there as that free throw not good from Sadie Larrabee. So just 2 made triples so far for Kenton in the game. On the other side, Upper, we talked about it, double figures, 10 of them. They've really had the hot hand from downtown. And they're looking for more right here. Unbelievable. Kenley. She strokes it again. I think all her points have pretty much come from out there. She's got a dozen.
All of her shots have been 3 balls this evening. And as stated, you know, we're going to have an offensive foul there. This Upper Sandusky team is one of the most dangerous in the area when they're shooting the ball like this.
Yeah, definitely hard to compete with a team that's knocking down that many triples. And that's why they've extended their edge to the largest so far of the night and got the basketball back after the offensive foul called against Gabby Wetherell. So they'll go inside all. What a move by Stowers, and she's fouled. Heckathorn picking up the personal, and Valoria going back to the charity stripe where she's 1 of 2 so far on the night.
Up and under. Great job by Stowers to draw the foul.
Looking for point number 47 for Upper. Sends it home. And cans the tuna with the second. So 2 for 2 here for Stowers, who's going to take a quick seat. As Walton applying a little bit of full court pressure, just making it tough for Kenton to get into their offense as that runner too strong off the square for Harple. And it's a one and done for Kenton. Now for Upper Sandusky, the time on the clock obviously becomes your friend, as we're going to get a second foul in the frame here against Wetherell. This time a reach, and it's her third.
And I know we're fourth quarter, you know, 2 and 3 fouls isn't a big deal, but we've seen both of these teams like to get, they like to get handsy, they like to be aggressive. So that 3 fouls could become 5 fouls really quick. And you've got 2 players from Kenton with Knowlton and Wetherell with 3. And then you've got Stowers and Isles on the other side with 3 apiece. Can they back off a little, you know, play a little less tight? Maybe it doesn't leave as many open shots for Upper if you're Kenton. Back off a little bit, drop your zone back a little bit, let the passes happen, but collapse on the shooters, I don't know.
Got 6:52 to try to dig themselves now out of a double-digit hole. And it's Lady Rams with the basketball. Isles with the blow-by, but she oversent that one, and Airmail on the shot.
Got too far under the hoop.
But we've seen Cadence Isles with a lot of leisure so far tonight be able to get by her defender, as that's some second chance points from Sadie Larrabee and some key ones now for Kenton. She's got 9 points, and the Lady Wildcats got to start getting some stops here if they want to try to claw themselves back into the game. And the Lady Rams got things spread out here. Obviously in no hurry, no need to get up a quick shot. So they're going to work it around the perimeter and force Kenton to come out and guard them. So this is a tough situation now for the Lady Wildcats, not just because of the score, but also they've been playing the same zone all night, but due to the situation, they got to switch to man-to-man and start chasing around some of these really gifted ball handlers up Upper Sandusky. And the Rams doing a nice job. They've almost taken a whole minute off the clock here with this possession. Though Isles forced that one up on the baseline runner. She's missed her last 2. But ever so sneaky. How about Walton sniping in there and taking it away?
Grace Walton might be one of the best defenders that we've seen play all year because of plays that she makes like that.
And just a sophomore, super fiery too. Here's one of the senior leaders, Isles. Straight to the cup. She's going to be fouled this time. Larrabee picking up the personal. And Isles, who's the leading scorer in tonight's contest, got 17, looking to add to that here.
I hate to bring it up, but this is kind of one of those situations where I am all in favor of a high school shot clock.
Perhaps at some point we'll see one here in the Buckeye State. I don't believe any of the 50 states have implemented a shot clock as of yet.
I don't know that any have.
So the second free throw is good. And now the lead pushed back out to 10. Wetherell cut off. Excellent job of staying in front that time by the Upper defense, who's going to send Heckathorn to the line here. And it's going to go against Stowers. See the replay there, really tough call, as she thought that she just walled up.
It's kind of one of those things where as a coach, you teach your players to go straight up, wall up, don't jump at nobody, and then when they go wall up, they go straight up, they get a foul called.
And according to the Google processor here, there are actually 9 states that do have high school shot clocks. How about that?
Learn something new every day.
So Ohio, one of the 41 to not give in just yet. I think I'd be in favor of a 40-second clock.
40, that's what I've always said. I'd be okay 40, even a 45-second clock. Because you get in situations like this, I get it's a 9-point game, but if Upper Sandusky really wanted to, as they're going to have a turnover here, they could dribble out 4.5 minutes and not put up a shot.
And we're going to get a timeout taken by Upper Sandusky and Coach Vent. Just a 30-second timeout. Gives me another chance to thank some of our generous sponsors. How about Wilson Tire Company? They got locations all over the place, including right here in Upper Sandusky. So no matter which location you visit, we'll prove that Wilson Tire Company is the best when it comes to tire services and alignment. How about Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals? Frito Lay, who's driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. Spherion Mid-Ohio, let us build the career you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. And Chris Daris, financial advisor, whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care about, you can holler at Chris and he'll develop a strategy to help you achieve your goals. One and done here. Isles with the block out and the defensive rebounds. Keeps the deficit for Kenton still at 9, and they got to start getting aggressive here defensively. You see here comes the trap, and they'll be called for a push, and team foul number 7 will send Upper Sandusky and Grace Walton to the line.
And now you're in a situation, if you're Kenton, you're going to have to start playing the foul game. If she knocks both these down, you're down 11, 4 minutes to go. Problem is you have no fouls to give, so every time you try to play that foul game, you're putting them at the stripe.
Cash is in the first. So Grace has 12 points now. That's over her season average of 9. Off target, though, with the second. Boarded by Nolting. He's going to push it across the timeline here, picked up by Walton. And here's a quick trigger 3. Off the mark. Second chance opportunity. Not going to be available for Kenton, as that got away from Tatum Miller. And more free throws on the way here for Upper, or at least one. It'll be Elise Swartz stepping to the free throw line. And just real quickly, back to the shot clock debate. California, Maryland, Massachusetts, New York, North Dakota, Rhode Island, South Dakota, and Washington all have 35-second shot clocks. So just 5 seconds longer than what you see at the college level. And the NFHS has approved that you can have a 35-second shot clock, of course. So it's been voted on, I do believe, by OHSAA, just not approved yet.
It'll be really interesting if it gets approved and when it gets approved, how it's going to change the game.
think very little difference. I don't think you'll see a whole lot of change. But who knows? We'll cross that bridge if it ever gets built.
I don't know that it will.
Ohio seems to be in about the middle of the pack for change. So once the dominoes start to fall, after about 25 states jump in, typically the Buckeye State's like, okay, looks like a good idea.
Everybody else thinks it's all right, so I guess that means we can think it's all right.
Indeed. Nice drive as the lane opened up, but it's too hard off the glass for Harple. She's had a rough second half after really filling it up in the first. Making a great diving play here to force the turnover and a quick timeout taken by the Cats. Trying to keep their pulse alive with just 3:27 to go here in the fourth. And Coach Bostelman talking things over with his kids. He'll take a full timeout. And a never say die attitude by these Cats. Hanging around, still putting on a lot of pressure. It's just the shot making hasn't really gone their way, as they have only accumulated a couple threes so far tonight, Josh. 11, of course, that's the big story for Upper Sandusky, those makes from downtown. And that's a big part of the difference so far in this game. But for the Wildcats, can you produce enough offense down the stretch? Haven't been able to get the same touches from Miller in the paint that they got in the third.
Absolutely not, and she spent a lot of time here in the fourth quarter on the bench.
True.
She hasn't played much of the fourth quarter. I don't know if that's something maybe that happens every game or just this evening. But you don't see very many Lady Wildcats that want to shoot the ball. They all want to get to the paint. The biggest one that wants to shoot the ball is Harple. She's one of the ones, she'll catch it and hoist it as soon as she touches the ball. But she's about the only one I've seen that wants to catch and shoot.
I believe all 8 of her points came in the first half. As Kenton's back to action here. See what they drew up in the timeout. Little slip off the screen there. Heckathorn got fouled. And no more fouls to give, as that'll be the third assessed to Walton. And it'll be a 1-and-1 on the way.
Important 1-and-1 here for the Lady Wildcats.
They're 8 of 12 so far on the night from the free throw line. And she splashes that one home. Two great looking strokes right there for Macy. Pushes her grand total up to 8 individual points on the evening. As fast hands almost created a turnover there for Harple. Instead, Lady Rams hanging on to the possession. Looking to bleed off some clock, try to get an open look if they can. But they'll have to earn them here. The last 1-and-1 opportunity will belong to Addie Newman. Upper Sandusky on the season, 60% as a unit. They're 8 of 11 so far in the game.
I'll tell you what I think is most interesting to me so far here in the fourth quarter is the one defense that Kenton was running was that 1-2-2 press where they were trapping. And I don't think I've seen them run that here in the fourth quarter. It's like they backed off the ball pressure.
Off the screen, no roll there from Heckathorn. Nice defense that time by Grace Walton. And now Harple, who's been in attack mode, like you said. She's been one of the few girls really looking for her own shot here. And she took it right into the body of Brooke Finskley, who picks up the personal, her first.
Even a quick release free throw. Catch, shoot.
Substitution for the Cats, Larrabee back in the mix. And sitting back into man-to-man defense now as Isles gets picked up here by Weatherall. Now Stowers turns, flips it inside. Walton wisely chased out of there. Now she gets double teamed at half court. Coach Vent going to call a TO. Save a possession here for his squad, as he's seen the lead trimmed down here to 8 in the last couple of minutes of action. And here's what's coming up this week. Of course, we've got not one, not two, but 3 live streams on right here and now. So if you wanted to check in on a huge game over at Buckeye Central in New Washington, they're taking on the Shelby Lady Whippets, and then West Holmes. Another quality matchup. They're over at Clear Fork tonight. On Wednesday evening, Fredericktown travels to Lucas to take on the Fighting Shelby Grovers. Mansfield Senior versus Madison. We'll have a highlight of the city game coming up on Thursday, as well as another live stream from the Clear Fork Valley as they're taking on Marion Pleasant, who's been a pleasant surprise so far this year. And then Saturday, a 3-pack of games, or excuse me, 2, Fredericktown, Mount Gilead, and Loudonville Lucas after Upper Sandusky versus Buckeye Central in a mammoth Northern 10 game on Friday. The winner, basically, if Buckeye Central wins, they win the league. If Upper wins, they would be tied for the top spot. That's big. Huge.
That's a massive N10 game.
Bit of a wrestling move right there from Harple. Check this out. Gets the arm lock and takes her down for 2 points. But we'll see if Walton can turn this into 2 at the free throw line. She's really shot it well in the second half and continues that tradition. And she's got a baker's dozen, 13 points so far. And Grace adds to it, back-to-back swishes. Now Cadence out. Let's go ahead.
3 Lady Rams in double figures tonight.
And that's kind of on par for the course for them. You know, they've only got 1 player in Cadence who actually averages in double figures, but they've got a bunch right around the 8-9 point range, as that's 2 shots, no points. Larrabee missing the second one. And these are big misses down the stretch for Kenton. Just have not been able to capitalize on enough of those inside of the painted area. And now we're down to the foul shooting game with 90 seconds to go. Looked like they chose Stowers to be the player to step up and shoot the free throws. And that one somehow kind of touched every inch of the rim off the backboard and then carried him through. And she swishes the second.
The last 2 games that I've had the privilege of covering here, she has been phenomenal from the stripe, to say the least.
From the short corner, an air ball, but friends in low places. That's Larrabee. Timeout, Kenton. As they pull it back within 10. And it'll be a full timeout, as they're just keeping the window ajar enough to talk things over. And here's our schedule for the boys' action coming up this week. We'll be right back here at Upper Sandusky. Me and Josh on the call. They're taking on Ontario. Northmore is going to be over at Danville. Have a live stream of that one as well. And the New Philadelphia, who's on an 8-game win streak, heads over to take on Lexington. Those are 2 of the top 18 teams in Division II right now in the state. On Friday night, Fredericktown over at Northmore for some KAME action. Ontario travels to the Clear Fork Valley in MOAC. And Centerburg at Cardington as well in more KMAC. And then on Saturday, a huge one. Colonel Crawford at Cary. The Blue Devils won the first meeting and in the process ended Colonel Crawford's gaudy think it was, what, 58 straight game win streak in the regular season? So you got to imagine the Eagles are going to want some revenge, but Cary right now, top team in the N10.
Very, very impressive Cary team so far this year. But the Mohawk Warriors just knocked them off a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. I was there. And we saw a gentleman here tonight in the stands, Mr. Jordan Vallejo of Cary from last year. He said he's going to be at that game Saturday. Will join us at halftime for a little chit-chat, catch up. And he also, he was showcasing the state championship ring that he was wearing that he won in football from 2 seasons ago.
That was a pretty ring for a high school kid, let me tell you.
I'd wear it too every day, no matter where I went.
The immaculate run that they had 2 years ago, I mean.
Definitely hard to top. Down under 1 minute remaining. Kenton starting to run out of opportunities here. Nice floater, real high off the square for Nolte. She'll cut the deficit down to 9. There's a 3-on-2 here. Rams wisely elect not to shoot it. And now Addie Newman will have 2 free throws on the way.
I want to say statistically the best free throw shooter on the team for Upper Sandusky.
She's definitely been good from the stripe. And she is indeed 71% on the year, 2 for 2. Cashing some late checks. And that should all but put this baby on ice. As Harpel collects her own miss, kicks it out. And Bostatter, she delivers a triple. And a hard foul there. It's going to put Grace Walton back at the charity stripe on the other end. Looked like Grace might have sold that contact just a little bit.
Pretty good acting job there by Grace. There was contact, but she flopped, maybe trying to get an intentional goal.
Lady Rams on the season, 292 free throw attempts. Lets you know that this is a pretty aggressive bunch trying to get it to the rack. (16 of 22 today. And that last defensive rebound is going to secure win number 5 in a row for the Lady Rams, who are 10-point victors here at home tonight as they knock off the Kenton Wildcats and end their mini streak as the Lady Rams winners 61-51. Stick around. We'll be back with our Quest Federal Credit Union Player of the Game interview, as well as some final stats, analysis, and more. You're watching live and free high school hoops exclusively on the OH Report.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I blow soon, soon. Know as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in a room. I've been so real, I'm down to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my low, I don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Playoff time, baby. Games, snacks, drinks. I mean, what else can you ask for, bro? Really?
Hey, pass me a Pepsi.
I mean, can you drink any louder?
That's how I drink.
Loud like that?
I drink loud. I like to enjoy it.
Toss me some ways.
Did you eat any louder?
It's normal to eat loud. Drinking loud makes no sense.
Peyton, Eli, road trip to the Super Bowl.
Hard pass. Playoffs are on. You're paying for that door, by the way.
I got a bus. The bus has got a bus. Let's go.
Can we go see the bus?
What up, Eli?
Major Cruz, I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, man. Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
We're not going. I'm going to get more chips and drinks. Do not leave this room.
I got you. I got you.
Whoa. Super Bowl, here we go.
Are you kidding me?
Technically, I didn't leave the room.
I'm calling Mom after I finish these chips.
How much longer? You drive weird.
Bus, are we there yet?
No.
Hey, Bus, we gotta pull over for some more chips and drinks.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, guys, look what I found.
Bradshaw?
Hey, guys, got room for one more? Got Doritos, got Mountain Dew.
Well, do we really want to bring him? It might start to feel crowded. I mean, maybe if he had a little...
Oh, please don't.
You know, he'll...
Don't say it.
Salsa.
I love me some salsa.
All right, I got an idea.
We got one seat left, and it's special just for you.
Let's do it. This is like a convertible, except a whole lot better.
Good for you, you're happy and healthy, not me, if you ever cared to ask. Good for you, you're doing great, I know without me, baby, God, I wish that I could do that. I lost my mind like Mr. Lord, crying on the floor.
It does kind of open things up a little bit.
Back now with our Quest Federal Credit Union player of the game. We've got Grace Walton joining us, the sensational sophomore guard, and a big night for you. Dropped 3-pack of threes tonight, and collectively as a team, that's where I want to start. It's just all the shooting that you did from downtown. Double figures for you guys. Was that part of the game plan, or did it feel like just throughout the process of the night you figured out, hey, we're getting a lot of open looks out here?
We've been struggling a little bit the past couple games. They're just like shooting and like that efficiency on offense. So it was a good, it was just a good night for us, and it was just a good night offensively.
And I believe all three of your triples all came in that third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. When you start getting into a zone like that where you're finding your shot and you're knocking them down, what does the rim look like to you? Is it just always, hey, if I get a clean look, I'm putting it up?
Coach is really adamant that, I mean, even if you're missing a couple of them, like, just keep shooting, they'll go in eventually. So I give a lot of credit to, them and their encouragement with that.
All right, level with me a little bit here, Grace. Things started a little bit slow for you girls. You pick things up. It's a Monday night. Are these kind of tough games to really get up for after a nice long weekend?
I mean, it was a little difficult, especially we had a snow day today, so we didn't go to school. But it was, I mean, we can't really have a lot of second halves like that. I mean, going forward, we got a couple tough games, but Coach really challenged us at halftime, and I think that really made a difference in the outcome of the game.
you definitely you came out and you played inspired there in that third quarter. That's kind of where you created your separation, and 5 straight wins for your girls right now. So things are looking good, and obviously as you're getting closer to the tournament draw, you want to get as many nice little clicks on your resume as you can. So what type of resume do you feel like you guys have at this point as you're getting about a week and a half away now from that tournament draw?
Well, tonight was a big night for seeding, especially since Kenton's D2.
Sure.
It's, I think momentum, like you said, like the 5 games, that's just good going into the tournament especially. We got 3 big games coming up, and hopefully that'll help too.
If we can talk just a little bit about that game on Friday coming up, you got to go over to New Washington and take on Buckeye Central, a game that in all likelihood is going to determine the Northern 10. I mean, how much fun is it to be this deep in the season and know that you guys are now a part of that mix where you're going to be playing for a conference championship pretty much?
It's awesome. It's what we've been working for. It's what we've been striving for. We've already got the scouting report laid out. We were looking at it before the game. It's a big deal to us, and we're really hoping for some good preparation for that.
And for you, how big of a deal is it that you're a sophomore and that, I mean, you're obviously you're the key ball handler on the team. I think you're the bulldog, the pit bull, I should say, on defense where you're getting after it. So they're really relying on you as a young player to come out. You need to deliver big minutes night in and night out.
I think we're a really balanced team, and I think that the girls do a really good job of working together. And I think, like, even when one of us is a little off, they're always, like, there to pick each other up. And, I mean, they picked me up tonight, and that was it's a great thing to have.
Yeah, it's definitely one thing that I've noticed about this team is that there's no real true superstar, if you will. You do a really nice job of mixing it up. Any girl can step up on any given night, and you were one of those girls tonight, so congratulations for being our MVP. 16 big points for you. Is there anybody that you want to send some love to or shout out? Go ahead, look in the camera and let them know that you're thinking about them.
All of our fans, my family, and just anybody who supports us.
All right, Grace Walton, our MVP, brought to you by Quest Federal Credit Union. Thank you so much for the time. Go relax. It's a Monday and a snow day.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we'll be right back to wrap things up from Upper Sandusky with our postgame. Stay here.
Enough about me. Let's start the show. Starring me.
Hop in the car, watch it go vroom, vroom. I told her mom that I will soon, soon. Knew as a child back in the womb. Oh, told her step back, I need my room, room. Hop in the car, watch it go vroom. I'm in a whip, so I gotta zoom. They tryna talk, they not in a boom. I've been so real, I'm dead to the tomb. They in the way.
Coffee light on the soy milk and gently stirred. Don't forget the sugar this time either.
I'm doing fine. Don't see the vision, they looking so blind. I hit my lawyer, don't got the time. Crossing my T's and he dying.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Playoff time, baby. Games, snacks, drinks. I mean, what else can you ask for, bro? Really?
Hey, pass me a Pepsi.
I mean, can you drink any louder?
That's how I drink.
Loud like that?
I drink loud. I like to enjoy it.
Toss me some Lays.
Did you eat any louder?
It's normal to eat loud. Drinking loud makes no sense.
Peyton, Eli, road trip to the Super Bowl.
Hard pass. Playoffs are on. You're paying for that door, by the way.
I got a bus. The bus has got a bus. Let's go.
Can we go see the bus?
What up, Eli?
Mr. Cruz, I miss you, buddy.
I miss you too, man. Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
We're not going. I'm going to get more chips and drinks. Do not leave this room.
I got you. I got you.
Whoa. Super Bowl, here we go.
Are you kidding me?
Technically, I didn't leave the room.
I'm calling Mom after I finish these chips.
How much longer? You drive weird.
Bus, are we there yet?
No.
Hey, Bus, we gotta pull over for some more chips and drinks.
Oh, you got it.
Hey, guys,
Look what I found.
Bradshaw?
Hey, guys, got room for one more? Got Doritos? Got Mountain Dew.
Well, do we really want to bring him? It might start to feel crowded. I mean, maybe if he had a little...
Oh, please don't.
You know, he'll...
Don't say it.
Salsa.
I love me some salsa.
All right, I got an idea.
We got one seat left, and it's special just for you.
Let's do it. This is like a convertible, except a whole lot better.
Good for you, you're happy and healthy, not me. If you ever cared to ask, good for you, you're doing great. I know without me, baby, God, I wish that I could do that. I lost my mind like spent the night crying on the floor.
It does kind of open things up a little bit.
Welcome back to the OH Report post-game show where we're hanging out at the mountaintop here in Upper Sandusky. And it's another victorious effort for the Lady Rams by 10, 61-51 over visiting Kenton. I'm Brian Skronsky here to wrap things up with Joshua Banks. And, you know, another nice performance by the Lady Rams. It took them a minute to figure out and dissect the defense of Kenton. They were trapping and, you know, there was a little bit of, I don't want to say lackadaisical, but just not a lot of off-ball movement at the beginning. But once they did start figuring it out, they started canning a lot of 3 balls, 11 of them to be exact, and they got hot at the right time in that third quarter. Pushed the lead kind of out of control there for a little bit, and they got a nice win.
Yeah, it's a huge non-conference win for them coming up with, you know, they've got Buckeye Central coming up. They've got another matchup with Mohawk coming up. The two teams that are right there with them in the N10 race. They get a big win here, the 11 threes. Anytime you knock down double-digit threes, and especially ladies basketball, I think we both come to kind of expect that on the men's side. But on the ladies' side, we don't really see that unless we're covering a Buckeye Central game. So you knock down 11 threes, and you really seen that third quarter was the difference. You and I just talked about it. And I feel like that third quarter, Kenton changed their game plan for some reason. They weren't running as much of that 1-2-2 press that they were running in the first half with the traps. Their zone wasn't as pressurized. They were kind of backing off, which a lot of the threes that Upper shot wasn't even open threes.
Sure.
They were pull-up shots that probably could have been better contested, and it might have been a difference in the game there.
Take a look at the final stats of the evening, and the three-pointers obviously a huge difference. Just 5 two-point field goals tonight for Upper Sandusky, and a totally different on the other side, of course. Almost all the points coming inside of the lane for Kenton, and we knew that they had the big gun in the middle, and Tatum Miller, she had an exceptional third quarter, didn't play a single second in the fourth, so not sure 100% what played into that. Maybe it was conditioning. It looked like she was a little bit gassed there towards the end of the third, giving all that effort to get into double-figure scoring, but she obviously was a non-factor at the end of the game.
Well, and it's one of those things, you know, we don't cover them all the time. We don't see what that Western Buckeye League is like. You know, are they slower paced? Do they kind of slow the game down a little bit more? We know Upper Sandusky, Coach Vent wants to get turnovers and he wants to push. Is she not used to playing at that pace? It could be something as simple as that, or, you know, they were knocking down the 3-ball. Coach said, I got to put a better defender out there that can step out and guard that.
So moving forward now for Upper Sandusky, we'll take a look, and we already talked a little bit with our MVP about what's on the horizon for them on Friday, and Grace knows it's a huge game coming up against Buckeye Central on the road, and in basically a determining game for the Northern 10 Championship. So Upper Sandusky needs to get a victory to keep their pulse alive, and if they're shooting the 3 as well as they did here tonight, Josh, obviously they've got a great shot at knocking off the defending league champs.
That's what that game's going to come down to. You know, Buckeye Central doesn't really have that big girl this year. Down low, they can play with an Isles or a Stowers. They rely heavily on Kate Cecil to knock down the 3-ball or to get to the lane. It's going to be interesting to see. You know, you're going to see Grace Walton guarding Kate Cecil.
Right. Good matchup.
That's going to be a great matchup. And then with the way Grace played tonight offensively, if she can do that and play half of the defense that she normally plays, it's going to make that a real interesting ball game on Friday night.
And we're going to have it all for you live and free on Friday. Buckeye Central did drop a game tonight that you could have watched live and free on the OH Report against Shelby at their place. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back. For Kenton, it's going to be against St. Mary's Memorial also on Friday. They get a return home. So the Wildcats, a Division II team, Josh, that now they're at 7-10 on the season. There are some things that you can take away that you like, and then others from them that kind of make you scratch your head. So this is a team that's probably properly where their record says that they are.
Absolutely, 7-10 is a good record for them. You know, they're looking at their statistics conference-wise and the records of the other teams in that conference. They're in a very, very difficult Western Buckeye League conference. But when you see the size that they have with Tatum Miller, with Hackathon, they've got two big girls down there. One of them that's a guard that handles the ball fairly well, but she doesn't shoot. So being a guard, you would think she'd be able to shoot the ball. It's almost like she's a guard post at the same time. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of their season plays out. You know, teams are going to start to key on Tatum Miller coming into the back half of the season, who's going to step up for them and be that second scorer that they need. And we didn't see anybody do that here tonight.
Yeah, Lady Rams kind of kept her in check tonight. Just a dozen points for Tatum as they lose by 10. And don't forget, tomorrow night, Ontario is going to come over here to Upper Sandusky and take on the Rams in some boys hoops, a game that you can catch me and Josh on live and free here on the OH Report. But that's going to do it from the mountaintop for tonight. Got to thank our generous sponsors one last time. How about Chris Daris of Edward Jones Financial? Whether you're planning for retirement, saving for college, grandchildren, or just trying to protect the financial future of the ones you care about, you can count on Chris to develop a specific strategy to help you achieve your goal. Wilson Tire. At Wilson Tire Company, they sell new and used tires and provide tire services to customers in Upper Sandusky. No matter which location you visit, though, they've got plenty of them. They'll prove that Wilson Tire is the best when it comes to tire service and alignment. Quest Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution ready to support you, your family, and your goals. And by Spherion Mid-Ohio. Let us help build the career that you want or the awesome team you want. We build real relationships with you so we can understand what you need and get it for you fast. Frito Lay. We are driven and inspired by our purpose, food that matters for life's moments. And BS Media Productions, a full-service video production crew right here in North Central Ohio. We would love to make a commercial for you. For our awesome crew at the OH Report, including Adam Thompson, our producer-director, and Joshua Banks, our camera guy and color commentator tonight, I'm Brian Skoronsky, thanking everybody for watching, especially you guys out there, you fans. You are why we do what we do. We'll see you right back here at Upper Sandusky tomorrow. So long for now.